What's going on, everybody? It's Big T with GreenWallSt.com, back with another YouTube video here today. And today we're going to be talking about 5 things I wish I knew before I started trading stocks. Hopefully after watching this video, if you are new to trading, you'll be able to avoid a lot of the pitfalls that I fell into myself, and I know a lot of other new traders fall into as well. So without further ado, let's just hop right into it. I got them wrote down on my phone here. Number 1. There is no perfect strategy to making money trading stocks. It doesn't exist. Trading is a game of probability. It's about consistently putting yourself in a situation where you stand to make a lot of money by only risking a little bit of money. And a little bit and a lot is obviously relative, but you want to consistently put yourself in situations where, you can make $2 and only risk $1. If I gave you a coin, right, a two-sided coin, and said, here, flip this coin 100 times, but every time it lands on heads, I'm going to give you $3, and every time it lands on tails, you're going to give me $1. Well, of course you'd take that trade. You'd flip that coin 1,000,000 times. You know what I mean? And that's what trading's about. It's about consistently, over and over again, putting yourself in those situations. But what a lot of people run into when they're starting out is, they'll start out trading a strategy and it'll be working. And then, they'll go into some sort of losing streak. They'll have a couple losing trades in a row. And instead of sticking it out and waiting until, they start to get those winners back, they'll just completely give up on the strategy and go to something else. And they'll keep just flip-flopping back and forth, day trading, swing trading, long-term investing. And they realize after a while that nothing works 100% of the time. But if you just knew that going in and you could stick through some of the, valleys that you go through in trading, because it's peaks and valleys, man. So that's number 1. No perfect strategy in trading. Doesn't exist. Wish it did, doesn't. Number 2, and this might just be personal to me. I don't know if any other experienced traders had issues with this when they were just starting out, but avoid leveraged products. And there are a lot of them out there in the market, and actually quite a few of them just this year went bust. But by far, the majority of the money I've lost in the market came from some sort of triple leveraged product. So whether that tracks volatility or whether it tracks oil or natural gas, whatever it is, whenever you're just getting started trading, you're drawn to these sorts of things because they move a lot. But what you don't understand is they move a lot in both directions. And most people, even a lot of experienced people, don't understand how they are constructed exactly and how they get those leveraged returns. There's a lot of decay involved in it. And if you hold these things for longer than, a day, your returns can really suffer even when you're right on the direction of the underlying thing that it tracks. So those triple levered, Direction, whatever, that are marketed towards professionals, it's better to just stay away. You'll make money in some, you'll lose money in some, but over time, again, maybe it's just me, but I lost a lot of money trading those things when I didn't necessarily have to. So just avoid them. You can find stocks that move a lot. You don't need all that leverage, trust me. Number 3, I like this one. Everybody's talking their book. Everybody on CNBC, everybody in a chat room, everybody on Twitter. If they're saying something good about the stock, it's because they're long. If they're saying something bad about it, it's because they're short. Everybody just wants their position to go their way. So anything anybody says, take it with a grain of salt. Unless you know that they have no position or they say that they have no position, just assume that they are taking the side of what they're talking about. So don't, just go in blindly trying to follow someone else's opinion, which actually we'll just knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. That leads me to my next thing is you can't follow other people's trades directly because one, like I said, you don't know if they're talking their book, which they most likely are. But also, whenever you take someone else's trade, it's different because you don't have conviction in the trade. If I tell someone, okay, hey, I really like this stock here, and this is why, and then the stock starts to not work or go the other direction, well, if you're just following me and you have no conviction in the trade, you're not gonna hold it because you don't even know why you bought it in the first place. You only bought it because somebody else bought it. So it's really not a good strategy, and you'll never be able to truly make it long-term trading and survive that first 6 months, 12 months until you are formulating your own ideas. Like, you can listen to other people and, you know, they can tell you what to watch and what to watch for, but at the end of the day, you're the only one that can press the buy button, that can press the sell button, and you have to know going into it what the plan is, and it has to be your plan, and you have to stick to it. And then over time, as you make mistakes, as you have successes, you can start to tweak your plan and build your own strategy. But you'll never, like, you won't be able to trade for 10 years just following what somebody else does. You have to have your own system and your own way of trading, and everybody's going to be a little bit different. Like, there's, you know, certain strategies that a lot of people will follow, but not everybody enters stocks the same way. Not everybody, you know, sets profit targets the same way. There's little tweaks that each person has, and you're going to have to find your own sooner or later. So, you know, you can hold on to a floaty for a little bit, but sooner or later you're going to have to jump off into the deep end and start trusting yourself and listening to yourself. And number 5, this might be the most important lesson of all. The market will be open tomorrow unless it's Friday. What I mean by the market will be open tomorrow is there's always another day. You don't have to make back everything you may have lost the day before on the very next day. So a lot of people, what will happen is, you know, they'll be winning, they'll have a winning streak going, and, you know, they're green for 3, 4, 5 days in a row, and then they'll have a day that they give it all back, they lose it all, and instead of, you know, just taking a loss and living with it and trying to make back that money over the course of, you know, the next 10 trades and taking really good trades, they say, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna make it back in one trade. I'm gonna go in really big on this one. And they end up digging themselves into a deeper hole. I used to do the same thing. So just understand, the market's gonna be here all the time. It'll be here tomorrow, it'll be here next week, next month. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's nothing like that. Honestly, it's a grind. And the only way to make back money that you lost for making bad decisions is by making good decisions and trading well. You have to learn to trade well first, and money is a byproduct of that. Everybody I know that's successful trading stocks, they love trading stocks. They don't necessarily love the money. Of course, you know, if there was no money in it, we wouldn't do it, but you have to love the game. You have to love the preparation. You have to love the waking up early and watching pre-market and chart, because if you don't do that stuff, then you're, you know, at a disadvantage. If you're only doing it for the money, then you're going to get real emotional about the losses. You're going to get too emotional about the wins. It's the people that focus on the process and trading well that over time end up with the most money. So the market will always be there. If you're in a hole, don't dig it any deeper. Don't go acting crazy. Just take a deep breath, calm yourself, and trade well over the next 10, 20, 50, 100 trades. You will make that money back and then some. So that's it. Honestly, if I had known those 5 things when I started trading, or a little bit after I started trading, I would have saved hundreds of thousands of dollars. But the market's a bitch, and, you know, a lot of people consider that their tuition for learning the markets. So hopefully that helps. 5 things I wish I knew before I started trading stocks. Thank you all so much for supporting the videos. I hope you did enjoy it, and I will catch you guys right back here next time. Peace out, everybody.